So, you want to ride your motorcycle 1,000 miles and you want to do it in under 24 hours. What time is it? It's a little after 6 o'clock, and we are starting our 1K in a day right now. It's only about 42 degrees. I don't know. I can't explain it. You just got to do it. Well, you're in luck because I've got 5 tips that are going to make that challenge a little bit easier. Let's get it. Tip number 1, go to bed early, wake up early. Wake up early, start crushing miles early. Start crushing miles early, get done early. Why do you want to be done early? Because when you've screwed up and you haven't followed my advice, you're out at midnight trying to scrape up the last remaining miles you got to make your 1,000 mile challenge, and it sucks. So get a good night's sleep and get at it first thing in the morning. Tip number 1. Tip number 2, you're only stopping for gas. You're not stopping to smell the roses. You're not stopping to meet up with a friend. You're not going to stop and have anything to eat. You need to go to the bathroom, you better plug it, cork it, hold it until your bike is almost out of gas and you're stopping for gas. That's the only time you stop. Tip number 3, use the interstate. When you're planning and you're figuring out everywhere that you need to be and wherever you're going to get your 1,000 miles done, use the interstate. You don't want to go through these little, back roads towns and small country towns and the hill country, 35 mile an hour towns. That's going to eat up all your time. So you're not out sightseeing, you're out crushing miles. Use the interstate. Tip number 4, you need to get you a receipt holder and a document holder. So the purpose of the document holder is to hold documents, right? But if you get something like this, you can pick these up anywhere. They're free at all the Harleys that I've been to. And I've used mine so much of this opening and closing that I've had to tape the seam. So these little pouches in here, right? These 2 sleeves. What you want to do here is, if this was completely, you're starting your new ride, right? You're going to take your receipt, you're going to fold it up like origami so that the address, the mileage, or the address, the time, and the fuel is showing. You fold that up, you stick it in the sleeve. Then you fold it like this and put it on top of the odometer, okay? And then, or right next to the odometer, and then you take a picture. It's real simple and easy, it won't blow away. So when you're out and the receipts are all curled up, the wind's blowing, it can be kind of challenging, a little frustrating, especially if it's cold out. So another little tip with this is the other side right here. What I'll do is I have 2 cards that I use for getting gas. So I will have the 2 cards here and then my receipts over here, right? And then when I'm done, I'll put this in my chest pocket. So whenever I pull up to the gas station, I'm not fumbling around digging stuff. If you have to take your butt off the seat, that's 15 minutes. If you can pull up, get this out, sorted, whatever, put it back, and then drive off, you can nail down these stops pretty quick. So, tip number 4, receipt holder. So, you stuck around for tip number 5. Well, it's probably wise that you did, because tip 5 is the Grand Puma, the Mac Daddy, the number 1. It's not really. You know what though? I would say though, my little bonus that I got coming up, I think that would be. Anyway, caffeine. Everybody's body's different. I'm not going to tell you that these are gospel. They're gospel for me. I try not to have any caffeinated drinks at the beginning of my trip. First thing in the morning, the very first thing in the morning, you do not want one of these, because in 3-4 hours, you're going to be like this. Thing is, I'm like that now. That doesn't always work out though. Last trip that we did, I had an hour of sleep, and I was pounding those things right out of the gate, right at the first fill up. So I do though try super duper extra hard not to have any caffeinated drinks on the end of my trip. So like the last 300 miles or so, I try to stay more focused. And there's just something about drinking these energy drinks all day that just make me feel sluggish and tired. And they don't even keep you awake anymore. So I use caffeine pills when I really just have to. These are Yellow Hornets. Every gas station has them. The thing about these is, you know, there might be 100 milligrams of caffeine from all sources in any of those energy drinks. You know, they're usually around 80 or so. A cup of coffee has 90. So, you know, you're in the 100 to 160 range of caffeine. One of these pills is 300 milligrams of caffeine. So, and it's a pill rather than 16 ounces of fluid that's just... So, if you got to use caffeine and it's late in your trip, I would recommend caffeine pills over the drinks. And those are my 5 tips to make your challenge go a little easier. Now, for the bonus round. I don't know if I should share this with you. I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to share it with you. Okay. So, when it's hot out, this would be my absolute number one tip. If it's hot out, this ranks over everything I just said. You got to get a camel pack. This one's not even insulated. It was like 20 bucks on Amazon. This hose and everything, it's got a bite bit. It's got a bit straw or whatever, so like you bite onto it and then you suck it. Yep, I said it. Anyways, and then plus it's you know, it's really handy. It's really nice. One thing I will say about riding with a backpack, if you can do it, I have this sitting on the seat behind me, and then I'll loosen the straps up to where there's no tension on my shoulders right here, right? And then so this cross strap, wherever it is, this cross strap holds the thing from sliding off my body. So that's really nice. The other thing is, I used this when I went to Sturgis, and what's really nice is this thing right here, you can put, you know, stuff in it. I carried my gun around with it. T-shirt I bought, I put it in here, and the whole while I got something to drink. You know, I take this, I turn it around, put it on my front. You got to get one of these if you're going to do any kind of riding in 80, 90 degree weather or hotter. You know, it got up to 100 degrees, 110 degrees sometimes when we was out riding. You got to get a camel pack. Most gas stations are pretty cool. They'll let you take them into the gas station and fill them up with ice, and then I just dump bottled water into them. The ice usually uninsulated. That ice will usually last 2 gas stations in 100 degree weather. So that's it, guys. I hope you found some value out of this. And if you did find some value out of this, show me just a little bit of love. Just a little bit. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you in the next one.